cover?
The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are two silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, "Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen." That seems to sum up the premise nicely. Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Are you really reading that, detective?
I'm just skimming it.
That's probably for the best. Those books aren't exactly famed for their tight plotting.
It's much more about the dark and deadly atmosphere.
Start reading.
The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law.
I can't judge.
2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
No way Mullen did it.
Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Diana Deneuve.
Now it's getting interesting.
Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins pulling at strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane dead.
Tell me about the police captain.
Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder?
What about the politician's son?
A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against Spillane, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height. And while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat that looks suspiciously like his own.
About the art collector.
Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough to actually hit someone, let alone plug them 3 times in the chest the way Spillane got did. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that Torvald was once involved with Diana Deneuve. Could it be that this is all over a sordid love triangle?
Let's get on with the story.
One evening, Diana Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer.
How does he expect to solve the murder if he's sleeping with the witness?
The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder counts for nothing if all the evidence gets thrown out in court over police misconduct. That's just Dick Mullen's modus operandi. He might bend the rules, but he closes cases like no one else can.
Maybe the story will turn around.
As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Diana Deneuve turns to Mullen and says, By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you. Always aim for the center of mass. Whatever it is, Mullin never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly.
Fuck.
When Mullin comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, his clothes are covered with her blood.
Double fuck.
Mullin trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing it's only a matter of hours before the cops discover Deneuve's body, if they haven't been tipped off already. Fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Even if Detective Mullin didn't commit the murder, he should be facing years behind bars. Dick Mullin won't be sent to the clink for the sake of some legal niceties. The heat is on. If Dick Mullin can't solve both murders before the cops catch up to him, he's going away for life. Can you solve the case before the cops close in?
I've got some questions first.
What is it, Detective?
Why does everyone close to Dick Mullen wind up dead?
It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. That's why Dick Mullin never lets anyone get too close.
Why did he become a detective in the first place?
There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective.
But why is he like that?
Dick Mullin was made to crack skulls and solve cases. It's who he is. He could no more stop being a detective than a tiger could cease to be a predator in the night. You're no tiger though, Detective. You're a man. It's your curse to have to choose. For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is. A collection of brittle, cheaply printed pages held together by glue made from the hooves of horses. You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words.
Why bother solving crimes when the world is so evil?
Is it really so evil, Detective?
Maybe not. There are parts worth saving.
Like what?
Friends and family?
Do you even have those?
I've got Kim.
Just make sure you don't lose him. You'll not find another like him. It's true in more ways than you know. But then, what does this book know? It's just a poorly made piece of pulp garbage made to be consumed and discarded.
Don't have any more questions.
So, who did it, Detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve?
Dick Mullen?
Have you been paying attention at all? It wasn't Mullin. It was an imposter. Now go on. Find out who really did it.
Finish the book.
You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow a series of well-worn tropes, you find yourself completely engrossed. You're turning pages so fast, you don't even notice the ancient spine coming unglued. You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough. They're gone. Dozens of pages scatter across the floor. The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible that you could gather and reassemble the pages, but it would take way too long.
No, I'll never know.
Too bad, Detective. If it's any consolation, the resolution is almost never very satisfying. And on that note, perhaps we should get back to making sense of our own case?
Last year, more than 71% of murders in Revachol went unsolved. In Revachol West, that number was closer to 85%. In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullin and the mistaken identity.
Put the book away. Let's ask them.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Do you have another copy of this book?
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Do you know what happens at the end of the book?
Which book was it, sir?
Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I haven't read that one yet. I wish I could help you.
Okay, see you around.
Give up. You'll never find the answer. There's no other copy of Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity here.
There's got to be a way to solve this.
There isn't. If only you had more time, more resources. Who knows what you could have come up with? Maybe if there had been more money and less speed. Or more speed. Or that, yes. Either way, you might have been able to come up with an answer. But not like this. Hang on, you can do this. Use your imagination. You know who the suspects are. Just make it up. So, who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve, detective? Just fucking pick one.
I'm guessing the son.
Sure, why not? Everyone knows politicians are corrupt. And what's more corrupt than letting your entitled spawn run around offing people? Way to go, public corruption cop. You've seen firsthand how the powerful tip the scales of justice in their favor. But today you tip them back. Just a little. You can rest easy tonight. That's it. You got it.
Got what?
The whole shebang.
Or the coat and the hat?
The coat. The hat. The swindle so crooked a yeggman couldn't break it. The deaths of Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve. The case Dick Mullen was on. That's what this crooked swindle must be.
So Mullen did ISIS best friend in the broad?
Don't think like a cop. Cops don't solve cases. They slide nippers on the goons and take them into big houses. But they don't solve anything.
Who does then?
The Dicks, Gumhills, Hawkshaws, Peepers, Sleuths. Men like Mullen and you.
So I am a dick?
Bullseye, a snooper, and a damn good one.
I think I've always felt like a private investigator.
If there's any doubt, consult your trusty Dick Mullen book and reconnect with the real you. Him, Dick Mullen. You, him. Use. Modus Mullen.
I think that was... do I have to read the book again? Oh yeah, I have to read the book again.
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity.
Modus Mullen. Oh, it changed the color scheme. Another day, another case, thought Mullen, looking at the downpour. The streets, you either get them or you're dead. Changed everything to like more noir style. Looks like everyone wants a piece of Mullen. Hard questions, the only ones worth asking. You step in shit, some's bound to stick to your shoe. End of the road, Mullen. That's your stop. Time to ask questions no one once asked. Men get arrested, dogs get put down. Snitches aren't born, they're made. Oh, we got the color scheme back. Let's see. Yep, I got the achievement for it. I have achievement overlays turned off so it didn't interrupt gameplay. Empathy and hand-eye coordination. I will want that in general. What is my conceptualization at? 7? So it should be 8. Oh, it's 7 because it counts the +1. Okay. Alright.